Hey guys, and down here, it's going to be my chapter review to My Hero Academia 205 Detour, or Boku no Hero Academia 205 Detour. Now, this chapter was really, really good. I really enjoyed this chapter. Horikoshi really making sure to emphasize that this is no easy kind of battle for either class of aspiring heroes to just be able to kind of tank and just roll over the other class. It's not one of those battles. It's not like the last battle with Yao Yorozu and all them. This is a pure like battle of grit, and I really enjoyed seeing that. So we start the chapter with Shoto unleashing as much heat as possible. I mean, like, this guy went straight to gas mark 9, like 0 to 100 real quick. And Shoto looks awesome as hell. I mean, like, his hair is flying up with all the heat. And he's unleashing a lot of energy, a whole bunch of energy, which would be draining in and of itself if you assume that the more energy he releases, the more kind of calories and stuff he's burning, the more energy he's actually expending. So essentially, he's doing like PRs and deadlifts and squats right now, like back to back simultaneously, everything going on at the same time for him. So he's unleashing a lot of energy. And this is interfering with the cameras around the kind of campus, and it's releasing so much heat that even Pony can feel it from quite a distance away. You know, Pony Sunotori. So yeah, he's unleashing a lot of energy is what I'm trying to say. Now, I also thought it was really cool how Shoto told Tetsu, he's like, bruh, you gotta back off or you're gonna melt. And I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. So according to All Might here, Shoto is using Endeavor level firepower. Now, I'm not sure if he's saying that just based off of observation, or whether he can whether there's something about it where he's like, yo, dude, this is actually like Endeavor level firepower. There's nothing empirical about what he says, or anything like in terms of temperature readings or something like that that's scientifically proven that, yeah, this is Endeavor level firepower. But seeing as All Might has been a hero for so long, you'd assume he knows what Endeavor level firepower looks like. So for me, this was kind of, I took this two ways. I was like, at such a young age, it's almost unfair for Shoto, or it's almost unfair for Endeavor that his son is able to unleash this much energy. But it's also a testament to how much potential Shoto has, and the hellish training that he was put through in darker days. So I suppose it's to be expected, but is it too early for him to be really unleashing like Endeavor level firepower? I'm not too sure. I mean, like, I'm not a complete fan of the idea of him releasing Endeavor level firepower at this stage. I mean, like, the kid's like, what, anything between the ages of like 14 to 17. He's probably younger than that, but I'm just like, Endeavor's thing is firepower, and for Shoto to be for us to be told by All Might that he's unleashing Endeavor level firepower, I'm just like, dude, that's a bit too quick for me. But let me know what you guys thought of that. So Tetsu is amazed by how much heat is being radiated from his opponent, but having absorbed a lot of that heat himself, he's the only one at this present moment in time who is aware of how draining it is to hold that energy for your kind of, to be able to, for your body to maintain that homeostasis. He's aware of how draining that is. So he attacks Shoto in kind of like this clash of wills. Who's going to give up first? Whose endurance is lacking? So I love Tetsu's mentality here. I thought it was a really good way to demonstrate that Tetsu, he's not just like, he doesn't just have a tough exterior, he has a tough mind as well. And I really enjoy that. He puts his life on the line in this training so that it becomes habitual, second nature to him, instinctual for him when the time comes for him to do something like this in the real world, in real combat. He will put his life on the line because he's done that in training. He's used to it. So he also believes that limits and upper ranked individuals are there to be surpassed. A very extrinsically motivated individual, which can sometimes be a bad thing, but that's not to say that that's all he relies on for motivation. So in this situation, it's a very good form of motivation, and I really liked seeing that from Tetsu. So while they fight, we get to see Shoji and Pony tackle each other. I really dislike calling her Pony, but her other name is a little bit, I'm not sure if it's Sunotori or Sunutori. I think it might be Sunotori. But she plays, so Pony plays evasive until she gets a good foothold, turning to fire her horns at Shoji, who defends them with ease and even protects his blind spot by having like an eye pop up behind him. So right on cue, Ojiro drops on, like, pretty much on top of Pony, grabbing the bull by the horns. Like, he does actually grab her by the horns so that she can't fire off these kind of projectile horns. So Shoji then prepares to subdue her and take her to prison until Honenuki turns up behind him And Ojiro's just there like, oh shit, like it's Honenuki. So we don't know what Honenuki does to them, but it's assumed he just sinks them into the ground and stops them from moving. So maybe, I doubt he had enough time to sink them completely. So maybe halfway into the ground, and then he just solidified them, solidified the ground while they were in there, so they couldn't move. Now they should still be conscious and waiting for their opportunity to fight, which should come next chapter, seeing as at the end of this chapter Honenuki is pretty much blacked out. So we then go back to Tetsu versus Shoto. Now both fighters are slowing down, noticing in each other, but Tetsu's obviously, he's trash talking Shoto, saying, "Oh, you're slowing down," and he's slowing down himself as well. I can guarantee that. And the heat is really surpassing both of their bodies' limits to maintain maintain the normal core temperature. So suddenly, as Shoto kind of, he just kind of readies up and kind of, what's the term? He pulls back and just coils up to unleash like a dragon fist attack on Tetsu. Honenuki appears behind him and sinks him into the ground. So like, considering he was planting on, I think he was going in for a left-handed punch. So he would have been like, yeah, he would have been planting on his left leg. So yeah, the ground behind him just like softens. So the plant leg just sinks into the ground, and he sinks into the ground, and that really kills off any attack that Shoto was going to go for. And as luck would have it, some metal piping actually falls down from like who knows how high, and it hits Shoto right on the head. So like that aids the intense heat in really knocking out the young firecracker. So I was like, it's kind of unlucky for Shoto, but that's the way life is. Shit happens. So then randomly, just like Randy Orton style, Ida pops up and delivers a filthy kick to the head of Honenuki, breaking his mask, and Shoto is now fully unconscious as Ida picks him up and runs away, with Tetsu well on his way to blacking out as well. I mean, like, he's on his knees and he's just there like, "Don't run away, please," and then he's basically almost blacked out by that point in the chapter. So Ida runs away with Shoto. And before blacking out himself, Honenuki goes for one last-ditch effort. He's like, "You know what? Usually I'm not frustrated by losing, but I don't want to lose this one because like I feel like it's my responsibility that I interfered with Tetsu's one-on-one, and now like it's messed him up now. So I want to kind of see this out to the end." So as a last-ditch effort, he softens this huge kind of silo/pylon thing next to him, and he doesn't even ask, he commands Tetsu to barge this pylon silo thing. Absolutely huge. And in his kind of deranged, almost blacked out state, Tetsu just goes in and smacks this silo. And the silo just tips over and lands straight on top of Ida, who's dashing away like freaking... What's the reindeer's name? It's almost Christmas and I don't even know. Rudolph. That's what I was going to say. Rudolph, man. So, yeah, so the silo lands on top of Ida, who somehow manages to get Shoto away from the damage of the actual silo falling on him. I mean, Ida's under the silo and Shoto's like about 5 meters away from him. However, all four fighters now, Tetsu, Honenuki, Shoto, and Ida, are all down and out, with only Pony, Shoji, and Ojiro still in the game, possibly. I mean, like, this should be a win for Class A, seeing as Kaibara is already in prison. We assume Ida locked him up, so there should still be Shoji and Ojiro versus Pony, but it depends. Actually, no, it doesn't depend on whether Shoji and Ojiro are still locked up within Mudman's attacks, within Honenuki's kind of quirk, because Honenuki's quirk cancels out. He's not like Yaoyorozu. If he gets knocked out, his quirk cancels out. So unless Pony was like stabbing them with her horns or something and they're dead, Shoji and Ojiro should be able to win this and see it out for their team. But what a chapter. We got to see some real like grit amongst the kids this chapter. It was a really well done chapter, and I thoroughly enjoyed it because it wasn't like an overwhelming victory or any bullshittery. It was just straight up good writing and well delivered. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Let me know what you guys thought of this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you guys either Monday or Tuesday when Taizai drops, if it's dropping. So I'll see you guys in a bit.